Hey there, you guys. This is going to be a Tarot Daily Guidance reading for today, Wednesday, June the 14th, 2017. And I apologize, I'm a little late. I didn't get a chance to do my readings last night, so here I am. Okay, for those of you who, I saw some of you guys' comments. I don't always check my comments. Try not to. Sometimes it's distracting, you know. But I did see that some of you guys did enjoy the Tuesday's Tarot Daily Guidance with the whole ancestral thing and your past over loved ones. And that's a message I really don't usually get during, like, I don't really get heavy messages during the dailies, but that did want to come out. So it was meant to, and I'm glad it resonated. I hope that it gave you guys some reassurance, but not only that, comfort in knowing that you guys have that loved one that's really there with you and working with you, so you're not alone. Not alone. All right, you guys. So we got the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, Temperance, the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Okay. Okay. And by the way, my cat, she's not going to come out today. I think she's in labor right now, actually. I think she's going to have her kittens pretty soon, I think. So you won't see her for a little bit. But let's go ahead and get into the reading. So we have Seven of Swords is our overall energy. Okay. We have a lot of swords. There's a lot of thinking going on here. Like, we have an exception of fire suit. We have a Temperance, which is Sagittarius. And we have the Earth sign here with the Queen of Pentacles. So overall, with the Seven of Swords, this is usually a card of sneakiness and trying to get away with something. But for me, I feel like this is more so of a denial, especially with the Nine of Swords. Being in denial about something. And I feel like it's in the matters of self, really, because the Queen of Pentacles represents a person. Yes, it does represent a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus woman usually, or it could be a person. To me, I also get a stable, grounded person. To me, I also get like a homemaker or a housewife or a working woman or someone's stable partner. Also, when I pull the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles, is usually what I get. Could also represent a materialistic person, someone who's down to earth. So I feel this is self or someone that you may be dealing with. But more so itself. And I hope this reading resonates because I feel like this is kind of a personal energy. I'm just getting with this is that this is self-denial. And when you look at the Queen of Pentacles as your challenge position, this is feeling ungrounded. Maybe not feeling like yourself. Feeling a sense of discomfort. There's something going on within your mind that you are not addressing. Like this denial, this person that's sneaking away with these swords, they're looking towards the Nine of Swords. So it could be that there's something that's bothering you mentally that you're not focused on, or you're not paying attention to the signs about this. Also could be that you're so focused on the negatives mentally, your fears, your doubts, and your insecurities, that you're not focused on yourself. You're causing yourself to be ungrounded and imbalanced. Your well-being is off. You may even be questioning your own well-being. You may feel like you're in denial about something, and that bothers you mentally. Spirits want you to focus on these doubts. They're coming up. Your suggested approach is to focus on these Nine of Swords here. So the Nine of Swords, like I said, it's sleepless nights, it's insecurity, it's doubt, it's fear, that's being created within the mind. It's not an actuality. It's nothing that's really happening. And I feel like that's what you're in denial about. You may feel like all of this is really real, and it's causing you not to see your reality correctly. Something is imbalanced in the mind. And Spirit is trying to heal that. I feel like you're being supported by an angelic spirit here. With this angel here, I feel like it's trying to find balance between the heart and the mind, because it's affecting the way that you're seeing your reality, or your own physical being just feels out of whack. And you could be actually having sleepless nights around this period. And it's only for you to focus on what needs to be healed. There's something about these swords that's really getting to you. And I feel like if you would address it in the appropriate way, by really looking at why you're being triggered or what this is, rather than fearing it and running from it, you're going to find some sort of healing in it. But the healing is going to be that clarity. It's going to be something that hits you in relations to this. What are you being in denial about? What are you overthinking? What are you in fear of that's not actually real? It's causing you to be totally out of character, feel like out of control. The Five of Pentacles popped up. So it's something that makes you feel exposed or vulnerable, I feel. Misunderstood, or could be multiple things because it's a general reading. I'm going to clarify the Nine of Swords. I don't usually do that. The Four of Swords. So it's something that you are in fear of, and you just need to meditate. You need to see it a little more clearly. It could be that, like I said, you're not seeing things from a real perspective. The Nine of Swords are never really actually after you. It's not it's not real. Like the Five of Swords, it could represent some sort of mental conflict. It could be communication problems with others. Those are real things. The Three of Swords is memory of it being hurt. But here, you know, I can go on with the whole the sword suit, but with the Nine of Swords though, it's nothing is actually attacking you. It's your own mind creating this. And that's what's being, you're in denial over something. You're not seeing it for what it is. It's coming up because Spirit wants you to focus on it. It's not coming up just because, you know, this is like real and I gotta prepare myself. It's a warning. I feel like it's more so Spirit wants you to address these fears within your mind. Like, what is causing this conflict within yourself? And this is like the meditation card. Maybe asking Spirit to show you, give you clarity, give you balance, whatever it is that you seek, where your mind is racing in a direction maybe you don't want it to go in. It's like 1,000 fears coming up at once that you need to address and heal because it's not serving you. And I feel like that's the point. These could even be mental triggers, something that's triggered you, triggered some fears that's already there, triggered something that you are in denial about. Some of you, it could be you're in denial about a person because you're not seeing this person here. You're not focused on them. You're focused on something else in your head, in your mind. Spirit wants you to focus on that for some reason. What are you being in denial about? The clarity is going to come. And it doesn't have to be negative. That's the thing. Readings, you know, when you're getting certain messages and they bring up certain feelings within you, it can trigger you, and it's triggering you because it's hitting something. And it may not necessarily be that thing is exact what's happening. It could be triggering some other type of emotion or fear within you. And the whole point is for you to see it. It's like readings and tarot, they're not really meant to show you the future per se. They can predict things. They're just here to show you what energy you're dwelling with, what's going on around you, how to fix it. it's like it tells a story in a sense, but it's not always light and fluffy. And that's what I'm learning lately, that readings are not always light and fluffy. Not for myself, because I know that within myself, because I've dealt with readings with, personally, that have not always been light and fluffy. And when I go back and I review them, I see that they did trigger something important. Rather, if they were actually, because I believe readers, they get messages and they deliver them to you. They don't know why, but they have to give it to you, regardless of if whatever they're saying actually materializes. It's kind of like something that they're meant to say. It triggers something else, is what I'm learning. And I've been getting messages that have not always, I don't always get light and fluffy messages, but lately the messages I've been getting have not been light and fluffy. And that bothers people sometimes. So it triggers certain things within you. It's like an exploration of the mind. That's really what it is. It's helping you to explore what's going on within yourself. Tarot's like a story within self. That's really what it is, at least from my perspective and my experience. So anyway, let's move on to the love energy reading. And it helps us to heal. We don't want to be in denial about anything. We want the real. And me as a reader, I just give it as it is. And not only that, like, I don't read cards in the traditional sense. I get different things. I pay attention to images, colors, numbers, whatever my vibes are. Okay, so you have to release your ex. Okay. So this is kind of what I was getting as well from the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like it's a stable partner, someone that you've been with for a while, or it could even be someone else. It could be a good friend. It could be a relative. It could be something material that needs to be released, because there's new energy that's trying to come in. And I've been getting that a lot lately, that certain things that just don't resonate with us anymore, they're not of our highest good. You'll notice that they're falling away. Whether spirit brings about certain things, such as this person just disappearing on you, or this job just, firing you out of nowhere, this friend backstabbing you, whatever it is, however spirit decides to work things out so that you are not forced, but you are encouraged to leave an unhealthy situation. And it's not a negative thing. It's because there's a new energy that's coming in. For a lot of you, it's a new person that you're meant to be with. And this could be an energy that's been happening for months. You're not realizing why. I feel like in the start of the year, like, you might have been, like, people might have been just dropping out of your life. For some of you, you guys took spirit's advice and guidance, and you've let certain people go, or at least you were open to the fact that maybe it was time, and you noticed people started being removed. For some of you, you were getting signs, and I can say I was on both sides of this. I was guided to let go of a good friend of mine. I feel like I need to share this. I've known this girl, she was my friend since 2nd grade. And we always had falling outs, but we'd always come back together. It was like a real, like, soulmate type of friendship. Like, we were sisters almost. Like, it was like we were almost alike. Our birthdays were exactly a month apart. We were close. And it was just an unhealthy relationship, though. I always got into trouble. Always some drama surrounding her life. And, I had my part in it, too. I can't say it's all just her, but I know that our energies together are toxic. And I, as an adult now, I can see that it's unhealthy, and I don't have to attach myself to that person anymore. I could still love her. I hear from her every now and then, but it's not ever going to be that, because I know that relationship's not healthy. So when I decided in the beginning of the year that I was done with any relationships or friendships that didn't serve me, I went to my Facebook just to delete and clear house, and she blocked me just out of nowhere. Like, she blocked me. So it was like, I didn't have to do it. It kind of fell into place. Then with the love situation, that person was just taken out of my life, and I kept getting guidance that it was time for that connection to end, and I wasn't ready to let it end. I was being in denial about it. I kept forcing my hand in it, and spirit naturally just cut ties. So that's just how it happens. And I feel like that's the energy, but it's only because spirit is trying to bring in what's really, not only what's best for you and what resonates with you, but it matches your new vibration, new energy. That's why some people just fall out of your life. It's why a job no longer serves you. It's like your energy, you're not in that space anymore. You've evolved past that. You know, you had to learn certain lessons. A lot of the times it's like karmic relationships, karmic friendships, karmic romantic partnerships, karmic job situations, and they're not, karma's not neither good nor bad. It's just a necessary process that we go through. And once you learn what you need to learn and that person learns what they need to learn from the whole situation, then it's like you move on to the next grade. It's like you're in kindergarten, then you move on to first grade, and so on and so forth. So I feel like that's the energy with your love life. A lot of people are losing things and people that they love, you know, being simply removed out of their life, however spirit decides to do it. And it's not a bad thing. Spirit's telling you to embrace it, because that means something better is coming for you. Something more suited is coming for you. Okay, so let's see what the Angel Gods and Goddesses deck has to say. Let me see advice. This is going to be a long reading today, you guys. Some stuff needs to come out. Fairness. My odds. So it says, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So I feel like this is some situations that you're just not ready for. It's time for a lot of you. You know that it's time. For others of you, you're avoiding it. You're deceiving yourself. You're not ready for what's taking place, and things are actually falling into balance. This is like, for me, this is like karma. These scales that are being balanced. It's like some things have already been done. It's over. That cycle is done. That friendship is done. That partner is out of your life. That job is no more. This house that you've been living in, that's this neighborhood, whatever, this addiction, it's no more. With the transformation card at the bottom, this is only reassuring you that what's happening right now is of your highest good, that this is necessary. Change is always necessary. Okay, it says you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. So right now you can't see it, and I saw the expect a miracle card when I split the deck, but this is really of your highest good. Whatever's happening in your life right now, whether it's easy, if it's coming easy to you, this change that you're going through and you know you got to go, just do it. It might be hard for some of you. For others of you, it could be like, I know I got to do it. It's a responsibility. So I'm going to clear house. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this off, cut that out. Even if this is a karmic cycle that you're ending certain things about yourself, codependency, jealousy, you know, addictions to certain things and substances and people and whatever it is, it's like you're starting to let all of that go because the lessons are no longer needed. For others of you, it's almost like it hurts, it's painful, you don't want to hear it. It brings up a rise within you that doesn't really feel good, and that's like it's something that just doesn't sit well, not in a way that you know it's not true, but it bothers you. When something nags at you, that is a sign that there's something you need to pay attention to. And I know that this is coming up. I feel it in my body right now, because that was the same exact feeling that I was getting when it was time for me to let go of this romantic partner. And I wasn't ready to let him go. I feel I was getting the guidance and I was afraid. Like, well, what if I'm not supposed to? Or what if it's just my ego that wants me to stop because I'm scared and I don't want to be with someone, so I'm trying to sabotage it. In a way, what my energy was sabotaging it because I wasn't naturally allowing it to end. I was trying to force it to stay, force us to stay together, even though it was what was needed. So that's kind of the energy like it brings up this negative trigger, like it feels uncomfortable. And it's not that you're saying that it's wrong, like that it's not right for you to feel that way, but it just feels bad. Like, it just, it makes me worried. Like that type of energy. That's something that's nagging at you. It's like an alarm system within your body telling you to pay attention. Okay. So I hope that this reading resonates and that it's helpful for some of you. And if it doesn't, it's not for you. Okay. So I just speak what Spirit gives me. Maybe it won't make sense now. It'll make sense later. That happens sometimes as well. As always, you guys, I'm sending you much love and much light. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day.